The story starts with a boy named Jing Hao, who lived alone with his little sister Minnie. His 6-year-old sister had a hole in her heart, because of which she was undergoing treatment. One day, after dropping Minnie off at school, Jing Hao went to meet the doctor, who told him that due to her condition, she often has trouble breathing. Actually, when Minnie was very young, their mother had also passed away because of the same illness, and now Minnie had inherited it. After their mother's death, their father also left them, and now all the responsibility was on Jing Hao's shoulders. The doctor then said that once Minnie turns 8, her condition could get worse, so they need to get her surgery done as soon as possible. But Jing Hao didn't have that kind of money. The poor guy was barely getting by running a small mobile repair shop. Later that night, his friend Yong called him to a warehouse. There he showed Jing Hao a mountain of boxes filled with old phones. He said all this stuff belonged to a businessman who was currently in jail. Yong offered to sell everything for 1,000 Wei-yen. He knew Jing Hao could fix even the worst phones, so he suggested that if he repaired and sold them, he could make a huge profit. Jing Hao took a few phones home and checked their parts. The quality wasn't great, but with his insane skills, he managed to fix them. That's when he realized he could actually turn this into a business. So he decided to buy all the phones. That very day, he mortgaged his shop and applied for a loan. The next night, he went to an electronics sales center to sell the repaired phones. After hearing the price, he calculated that he could make around 900,000 yuan in profit. That kind of money could not only pay for his sister's treatment, but also give them a comfortable life soon. He bought all the phones and got to work fixing them. But 2 weeks later, the government passed a new law that made buying and selling old phones illegal. The moment Jing Hao heard this, all his dreams shattered. He had already piled up a huge stock of phones and had no idea what to do with them now. Finally, he decided to visit Shining Electronics Company, the same company whose phones he had bought. There, he met a manager named Ping Jing Hao, offered that he could extract spare parts from the phones, repair them, and the company could sell those parts in poorer countries. He was confident this could become a huge business overseas. But Lai Ping rejected his offer, thinking the parts wouldn't pass quality tests. Jing Hao promised to prove him wrong. Eventually, Lai Ping said, "Fine, make a few samples first. If they're good, then we'll talk." From that day on, Jing Hao worked non-stop, carefully extracting tiny components from the phones and repairing them. It was extremely complicated work, but through sheer hard work and dedication, he managed to fix everything. After that, he took the parts to the company headquarters, they tested them, and finally, Jing Hao's parts passed the quality check. Excited, he ran to Lai Ping with the report, but Lai Ping denied ever promising anything. Deep down, he never believed a 20-year-old could pull it off. Jing Hao then rushed to meet the company director, Mr. Zhao, and asked for just 10 minutes to explain his business idea. But Mr. Zhao was in a hurry and left without listening. Not giving up, Jing Hao chased him on his motorbike, navigating dangerous routes, and somehow reached the train Mr. Zhao was boarding. He once again asked for 10 minutes and finally explained everything. Mr. Zhao said, "You really think you can fix all these parts from old phones?" Jing Hao replied, "Don't think about whether I can or not, think about what happens if I actually pull it off." Impressed by his confidence, Mr. Zhao agreed, but with a condition: if Jing Hao failed, the company wouldn't cover any factory or worker costs. Everything would come out of Jing Hao's pocket. Only if he succeeded would they reimburse him later. Mr. Zhao told him to meet Lai Ping again after completing the work. After hearing all this, Jing Hao got off the train. The deal was extremely risky, but if he failed to pull this off, his entire life would be ruined. He'd be stuck paying off loans forever. A few days later, the bank seized his shop because he couldn't repay the debt. On top of that, he even had to sell his bike just to survive. After this, he met his friend Tim because now he desperately needed a job. After a lot of struggle, he finally got a job cleaning windows of tall buildings. The next morning, Tim and Jing Hao went out to find a place for their new factory. Soon they found an old warehouse, and Jing Hao rented it for 3,000 yuan. After that, he and Tim cleaned the entire place so they could start repairing the phones there. First, they met a girl named Kong Moi, who used to work in an electronics company, but after an accident, she lost her hearing. Jing Hao hired her and literally had to shout to teach her the work. Next was James, who used to be a manager but once beat someone up badly and ended up in jail. Jing Hao trained him to repair spare parts too. Then they met Hanji, a guy who used to waste his whole day playing games. but now he needed a job because he was about to marry the woman he loved. After that, Tim brought some elderly people from an old age home who wanted to help Jing Hao. They were quite old, but Jing Hao respected their lifetime of experience. Within a few days, he trained them too. With this team, Jing Hao started a company called Niceview. Now Jing Hao worked all day cleaning windows just to survive while his sister Minnie's condition still wasn't improving. He kept trying to keep her happy somehow. Meanwhile, the workers at the company were grinding day and night. After some time, Hanji even got married to the girl he loved, and all the workers celebrated together. But when Jing Hao returned home from the party, he saw his landlord had thrown all his belongings out because he hadn't paid rent for 3 months. That night, he stayed at Tim's place so Minnie could sleep peacefully. For the next few days, Jing Hao and Minnie lived in the factory itself. He made a bed out of cardboard boxes, but seeing his sick sister in that condition broke his heart. By now, he had completely run out of money. Somehow, he had to arrange money for her treatment, so he worked all day cleaning windows and spent his nights repairing phone parts. But his problems didn't stop there. A few days later, the warehouse owner called him and demanded 2 months unpaid rent. Jing Hao begged for more time and explained his situation, but the owner didn't care and told him to pay up as soon as possible. One day during a heavy storm, Jing Hao stood soaked in front of Lai Ping's car and begged him for 1,000 yuan because he had no other option left. But Lai Ping refused and said the deal would only happen on Mr. Zhao's terms. He even added that in Jing Hao's current condition, Mr. Zhao wouldn't even want to meet him. Hearing this completely shattered, Jing Hao didn't know what to do anymore. The last promise he made to his mother kept echoing in his mind that no matter what, he would take care of Minnie. The next morning, the warehouse owner told him to vacate the place within 3 days. Now Jing Hao had completely lost hope. He also had to give this bad news to his workers. The work was almost about to be completed in 2 weeks, but now he didn't even have a place to continue. Finally, Jing Hao gave up, but then his workers stepped in. They said they were ready to continue the work from their own homes. They couldn't let Jing Hao go through this alone because now they were a family, and family doesn't abandon each other. After that, everyone worked from their homes, and Jing Hao also kept grinding day and night. One night, Minnie thanked him because she knew he was doing all this for her. Finally, the delivery day arrived. All the repaired spare parts were sent for testing. After some time, Jing Hao and his team were called to the company office to meet. Mr. Zhao praised Jing Hao's hard work and said their parts passed the test with an 87% quality score. Impressed, Mr. Zhao offered Jing Hao a 2-year contract worth 5 million yuan. At last, all of Jing Hao's hard work paid off. After sealing the deal, Jing Hao and his team celebrated like crazy. Later, he also got Minnie's treatment done. 6 years later, we see that Jing Hao's company, Niceview, had reached great heights and he had become a millionaire. All his teammates who stood by him during tough times also became rich. And the people who helped him in his worst phase, he never left them behind. He made sure they all succeeded too. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.